Janong batho ba modimo ke ne ke lo raya ke re hala la mogela gompieno re tlile go keteka botshelo ba ga Tumi and just reflect the spectrum and the ways in which she touched us. So Tumi has been in my life for a long time. I was starting out and they were really kind of like present in guiding me and giving me and my feisty personality a chance to blossom.
Those big eyes from the corner, you know. But I think the thing she loved, she brought us into the love for music, you know, her love for reading. And I think those are the things that we'll remember her with, you know, the book club that she was part of. And she was always talking music, you know, all kinds of genres. And if she had a good song, before you knew it, it was like the anthem. You know, I'm a piano song, out of the blue. You know.
I'll tell you a story how we have a memory, Tumi Makwela, that we all laugh about. Nali Tumi, at the time, Tumi, I think you will remember this. At the time, being the kids of the 90s, Kgaugelo, you just spoke about music and Waito. I have to bring this, I have to play this jam, guys. Neli Pinaya Rona, and this song, not only was it Pinaya Rona, Neli Pinaya Tumi, and she had remixed it to the point, I had it right here. What happened? Anyway, I'll play it at the end. It might just slow me down. But there was a Boom Shaka song that had a defamatory term for foreigners. That part where we sang with Makwele, that was like our jam in the office. Or if she had just done something, won an account or helped us, you know, get out of trouble with a client, the Shapadi moves I heard at the funeral you mentioned Hore Nelibitsana Maria. Sorry, what's your name? Karabo Are Tumi and Babitsana Maria. And I'm like, Are Maria, Maria post. Maria Podesta, Makwele, you know, and the range was broad.
We're just going to let the music play in between, so please do let the music play. And like I said, all of us have a music memory. So let the music play, let's feel our feelings, let's applaud. And as Dumi would say, well, she had this way, I get it too. So, let's do this thing, okay? After the song, Mxolisi, please, snacks.
How personal I met the Tumi is, it's funny because obviously English is very small, but people know one another, and it was on social media. And, you know, Facebook mostly when you speak to someone, and this lady who always comments, but who's an amateur? Anyway, long short of it, by the time we met, when she came to our offices, this was like we knew each other for years. There was no interview, there was no job interview or anything. It was like, what are you guys doing here? Which clients you have? So, where's my desk? One thing about it told me that friends and colleagues would know about is the love of her family. Every day you hear Papa Ntsiki, Papa Johnny, and Soledine. You featured when it was more business, especially with me. Mama Ntsiki, Papa Johnny. You know, don't want to speak about Papa Johnny. You stop doubting yourself as a father. There's something that I'm not doing right. It's worse if you got girl children, because that's just how they impact the parents. But we became a family, so much that we, not just me, but other colleagues as well. We knew each other's families, what's happening, abantwana esikolweni, those things.
Let me start with the fun parts, because I've heard a lot of things coming, and you guys think that you knew Tumi or you coined those things. These things is kind of Thato Park High. So, right? We were the girls with the ponytails and the side hair and the pulled up socks and the proper diction.
Yes.
We were ladies, and I suspect we are in our old age still. Utumi is the eternity of being. When I thought about what to say today, that is what I had in my mind. And I'll explain what the eternity of being is. But let me start with the Tumis. Utumi Epanato. We used to call her the Tumi. So she's very familiar with that. And it normally used to occur when she was walking past the tuck shop, going to our little spot where we used to stand. There was 5 of us in a group. But of course, as time goes, you whittle down to the most important friendships. In that little corner, just past the school hall, we used to practice our en vogue moves. We used to practice SWV, but we also had a session to complain about our geography teacher, Mr. Brandio, who always used to make me stand when it was our class, because I was ahead of Utumi, or Utumi when it was her turn in her class, because he used to speak in a monotonous tone. And Utumi used to ruffle his feathers just to get him to stop, just to get him to break the monotony. But Utumi was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Summertime. Utumi was Maria Podesta, and Maria Podesta actually was because us, the girls, the cute girls, had those ponytails. This is Yandonga to the side, and that used to separate us from the chafe. But unfortunately, our principal, Mrs. Mxolisi, would always stand in the corner with a comb. Kgaugelo Maphayi, will you come here, please? And comb that hair back and tie it back, and she'd come with a very shiny spawn. Can't believe I got exposed like that by Mxolisi. And we would console each other. She is a force of good. She's not a blunt instrument. She is of change. She is change. The fact that we're not seeing her in the physical means that she is even a greater force of change, a greater force of good, a greater force of power. Mama Ntsiki, thank you so much. No, Papa John. Utumi cooked, she wrote, she loved her husband, she loved her mother and her father. She loved her brothers. She was beautiful. She embodied all of that in one person. And we can argue that everybody can do that. It's not important, it's not great. But if you look at how everybody has illustrated who Tumi is, you realize that the eternity of being is a force in all of us. And in how we present ourselves to people, not only matters, but is very important to the wholeness of creation. That who you are and how you walk on this earth matters more than what you have. because nobody up here has mentioned how much Tumi had in the bank or how many accolades she's had. But everybody remembers how she was. So I'm going to end by saying a poem from Kgaugelo Maphayi. It says, and in the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and the sharing of pleasure. Thank you, Mama Ntsiki. Thank you, Papa Johnny. Thank you to the family. She was larger than life.
I came late, but even if I walked in and I didn't know where I was, and the person that was being described was being spoken about, I think I would know how to do. And I'm saying this because in every single person who came here up to talk, I could have said, yes, I know that's true. Yes, I know it's true. You know? I need to also mention that Tumi never called me like Bridget, with any chocolate. Choki, Chococo, Chochico. And how we got to that was in one of those meetings that we had next to your house. BP, right? They went to a bit of a restaurant there. So this guy's paying. Chocolate. So people and I just got, oh, chocolate. Chocolate. So that's how we became chocolates to each other. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge who Tumi's spirit is here. She's in us. She's left us with such a lot to live for and love. Her music. And she also hated always quarrel.
For sure.
Yeah. Come on. Like that, like come on. Oh yeah. You know, just don't what you put on my way here, I was speaking to a colleague. She's in Durban. So I'm rushing off to a memorial service of a sister friend of mine. Tumi Makwela. We used to go hiking. So the hobby said to me that this is Sabasurutu. Now this is I'll actually have kept my, and I think it's just because I've been delayed about us, but I kept my messages in Sakalen. And the one message was telling me, because I think I need to acknowledge the people if they're here. There's a message on Bolela. She's going to read to book reading, to book club. Yeah. Book club, and she needs these girls to pick her up, and they're sisters to her. So she's really in a hurry, but Choco Gosani, she'll see me. And which she did get to me. But one of the kindest things that I want to tell you, Tumi, I went through a very difficult time. And Tumi called me, and we were just talking. Arichoki, you can't be unemployed. Send me your CV. So I sent it to her, and she sent it to her clients at Mitsubishi. So Mitsubishi, they rejected me. And then Tumi said, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know. I must call this guy. I don't want your job to be on the line. They must know what they're looking for. I know. I don't know if he harassed you enough. She did, right? But she told me that she was going to. She said it's atrocious. Does he know? But you know, he doesn't really know you. It's okay, you know me. And what you're doing for me is more than sufficient for me. You know? I have everything that you've spoken about Tumi in me.
the music, as I said. We met actually via Brand South Africa, not an agency, a client who, you know, and I'm so grateful for that meeting because it culminated in so many wonderful things. But do you know exactly, go to status meetings, national status report, and before the content, this is wrongly spelled. Exactly, you know. And just coming back to when we became really close, and I realized Tumi doesn't belong to anyone. Tumi belongs to the world. Tumi belongs, like, you couldn't bottle Tumi. Ne? Even if she walked in here, by the way, meet so and so, Tumi would already know the people, Baleka work off for half of them. Yeah. And that's it, it's done. You know? So, Mama, Papa, you brought us this gift that you couldn't bottle yourself. But what you did do was make sure Voyse Sekgowa and Voyse music, because she also acknowledged her origins. Her origins were very important to her. Her family was very important to her. In fact, I'm sitting here thinking, Tumi knew less about my family than how she invited me into her family life. So it's not like you've ever met me now, but I knew about your lovely girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's what, yeah, you should speak about her mom, say father's girlfriend. Yeah. So that's how she was giving. That's how she didn't mind. And she wasn't saying, it wasn't calculating. It wasn't like, Gwen, what are you going to give me? Yeah. The way she was so authentic about herself, it was like, here I am. Here I am. And when I saw the tribute to Tumi after the video, and there's hope lives eternally, that is Tumi. That is Tumi. Friends and colleagues, Tumi has a layer, Tumi will always be ours. There'll always be a little bit of that word that comes out, a peculiar, a Tumi, Fela, you know, and she'll say it in a specific way and do it in a specific way. She did it her way. All of it. All of it. Even in loving you, team, you know. So when she told me how she actually got married to you, again, it was like, you know, but it was because of the love. She's actually, she made us, our universe became so small because we all knew Tumi, because we all knew what Tumi was. Linda, Lenomsa, Letuli, Le Tineo, you know, Leah, all of us because of Tumi.
And I listened to everyone talk about Tumi's diction, a strong command of the English language, and I cannot help but remember a single incident where on a Friday, we had a youngster full of youthful exuberance trying to write a social media post for us. And if I remember his wording, he said, describing a vehicle, until we're now WTF. And luckily I was the first one to see that. I remember looking at this going, oof. It's a Friday afternoon and I picked up the phone and I called Tumi. Tumi, we've got a problem. And I walked her through the problem. I of course meditated my problem to her. And despite her eloquence in English, despite her good diction, she paused for a few seconds. And I'll not repeat what she said. But she proceeded to enunciate in a WTF. And I Well, that wasn't the response I was expecting. I was waiting for the formal apology, and she just went, and I could see her on the other side. I could see how upset she was, and I just started laughing. And we hung up the phone, and I remember hanging up the phone feeling quite relaxed. Tumi will handle it, as she would. And at 6 o'clock the next morning, I got a long email from Tumi explaining how she handled this whole thing. And Paul Tlamanane, I went home with having a good weekend. I don't think he had the same. After Tumi was done with them, because she repeated to remind him of the era of these ways. But that was Tumi, she was a problem solver.